The Sunday school lesson for October 26, 2025 is Changes Promised. Jeremiah chapter 31, verses 29 through 34, and John chapter 1, verse 17. Welcome, viewers and subscribers, to my channel, The Backstory and More. I am Audrey. If you are interested in knowing what happens before each Sunday school lesson, you are at the right place because I will share the backstory, read the lesson text, and offer a brief lesson summary. The backstory. The printed passages connect two pivotal moments in the history of salvation. Jeremiah prophesied during Judah's darkest days, just before the Babylonian exile, when the people faced the dire consequences of generations of unfaithfulness to God. In this context of fear and despair, Jeremiah offered hope, declaring that God would establish a new covenant with his people, one that would restore their broken relationship with him. Centuries later, this promise finds fulfillment in the Gospel of John, which addresses a community experiencing the transformative implications of Christ's incarnation. John chapter 1 verse 17 highlights the contrast between Moses, who represents the law, and Christ, who embodies grace and truth. This distinction marks a critical turning point in God's revelation, signifying the shift from the old covenant's preparation to the new covenant's fulfillment through Jesus. While Jeremiah's prophecy reflects a people struggling with their national identity and divine punishment, John's account emerges from a community witnessing the realization of ancient promises through Jesus Christ. Together, these texts illustrate the continuity of God's redemptive plan and the profound impact of the new covenant. The overall theme of the book of consolation is I will restore their fortunes. The covenant theme of you will be my people and I will be your God is also repeated. The seemingly incurable wound could be healed only by the Lord. Chapter 31 depicts the coming restoration as a time of great blessing when mourning would be turned into joy. Verses 29 through 30. In those days, people will no longer say, the parents have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. Instead, everyone will die for their own sin. Whoever eats sour grapes, their own teeth will be set on edge. Verses 31 through 32. The days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the people of Israel and with the people of Judah. It will not be like the covenant I made with their ancestors when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, because they broke my covenant, though I was a husband to them, declares the Lord. Verse 33. This is the covenant I will make with the people of Israel after that time, declares the Lord. I will put my law in their minds and write it on their hearts. I will be their God, and they will be my people. Verse 34. No longer will they teach their neighbor or say to one another, know the Lord, because they will all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. For I will forgive their wickedness and will remember their sins no more. John chapter 1, verse 17. For the law was given through Moses, grace and truth came through Jesus Christ. Hebrews chapter 8, verse 7 says, for if there had been nothing wrong with that first covenant, no place would have been sought for another. From 600 to more than 800 years had passed since God had made his covenant at Sinai. The result was plain. The law made nothing perfect, so God announced a future new covenant. The days are coming is very indefinite. We now know that the people were to have yet another chance to keep the old covenant after the captivity was over. But again, it would prove to be weakened by the flesh. And God would make a new covenant 500 years later. The people of Israel had been scattered for 100 years, but God still recognized them as my people. Now, the people of Judah were about to go into captivity, but God would make his new covenant with both. Here again, we now know more than the people of Jeremiah's time could understand. The new covenant is for all who share the faith of Abraham. Galatians chapter 3 verses 6 through 9. The new covenant would be different from the covenant had made at Sinai soon after he had led Israel out of Egypt. In the centuries since that time, the people had broken the covenant again and again. God had provided everything they needed, but still they were ungrateful, selfish, and unfaithful. That was why they were going into captivity, and that was why the new covenant was needed. There are outstanding benefits of the new covenant. One, they will all know the Lord. Two, the law in our hearts will not always keep us from sinning, for another law within us is in conflict with it. Romans chapter 7, verses 22 through 23. But according to the new covenant, our sins are forgiven, wiped out, forgotten. Thank you for listening. And remember, every Sunday at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, I release the new audio for the upcoming Sunday school lesson. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. Share this video with others, comments, and thank you so very much for all that you have done in the past to help this channel grow one viewer and one subscriber at a time. Thank you so much, and may God bless.